In the span of a day, the Miami Heat went from an irrelevant team that might not even make the playoffs to a team that could be a legit threat in the Eastern Conference. I mean, we got to salute Pat Riley on acquiring Goran Dragic. This is the first good point guard the Heat have had since probably Tim Hardaway. And Goran Dragic is right now the best finisher at the rim of any point guard. He has a higher percentage at finishing at the rim than LeBron James. Goran Dragic is not just some old point guard, as some think. Goran Dragic last year, when he was the #1 point guard in Phoenix, he averaged 21 and 6. Goran Dragic can ball. And him and Chris Bosh are going to play great together with the pick and roll, as well as Hassan Whiteside. And when you just sit back and look at the Heat starting five, they have arguably the second best starting five in the Eastern Conference. Their starting five right now is Dragic, Wade, Ding, Bosh, and Whiteside. I'm speaking when all players are healthy, because we all know if Wade's not healthy, then this Heat team isn't going to go far. They'll still make the playoffs with Goran Dragic and be an entertaining team to watch. But if they're going to compete in the playoffs and actually be a threat in the Eastern Conference, Dwayne Wade is going to have to be close to 100%, if not 100%. But with Wade healthy, that starting five is as potent as it gets in the Eastern Conference. And the only one I feel that is better is the Cleveland starting five with Kyrie, JR, LeBron, Love, and Mozgov. And even then, I can admit it's still debatable. But it's good to see the Heat bounce back so fast after losing LeBron James. Goran Dragic is a huge signing. He isn't a superstar, but I believe he's a star point guard, borderline top 5. I would say somewhere around top 8, top 7. And it looks as if he's willing to sign an extension in Miami. So that fast, the Heat have went from an irrelevant team that possibly could miss the playoffs to a team that I think none of the top 4 teams want to see in the first round of the playoffs, with Goran Dragic, Dwayne Wade, Luol Deng, Chris Bosh, and Hassan Whiteside. That is a scary starting five to be facing off against in a 7-game series. Now, everything is dependent on Dwayne Wade's health. I think this is a playoff team regardless of his health. But if they're going to make a playoff run and scare a Washington, a Toronto, a Cleveland, or Atlanta, Goran Dragic and Dwayne Wade have to be 100%, and they also have to have gelled together and have learned how to play together, which may take time. I'm not sure. Goran Dragic, he seems to be used to playing off the ball, though one of his main reasons in leaving Phoenix was he didn't want to be off the ball. So I'm not 100% sure how that dynamic will work, but we do know it's Wade's team. But one thing I am concerned about with this Miami Heat team is their lack of bench depth. In the trade, they gave up Norris Cole, Sean Williams, Danny Granger, and Justin Hamilton. Now, none of those players are great, or none of them are necessarily key bench players. But on the bench, all you have is Birdman, Ennis, the 2 guards in Napier and Chalmers, which I like Chalmers off the bench. I feel like he can be a starter, so him on the bench is an addition. Then you're left with the 2 projects in Tyler Johnson and Zoran Dragic. Now, that isn't the worst bench in the NBA, but when it comes to playoff basketball, I don't think those bench players are going to get it done. You got players, of course, like Haslam as well, who I think is done. Put a fork in him. But this Heat bench does not have that player that can come in and score points off the bench. And they do not have a good 3-point shooter at all on this roster. So in the end, I think the Heat will be a step below the likes of the Cavs, Hawks, and Bulls. But I think they're right there in the conversation with the Raptors and Wizards. And if the Heat are 100% healthy, I think they are capable of beating either the Raptors or Wizards in a 7-game series. But before I leave, I just want to salute Pat Riley. After dropping the ball with the whole LeBron situation, thinking that LeBron was coming back and he didn't have to, prepare just in case he didn't, for him to land Goran Dragic without giving up Birdman, McBob, or any of the players that Phoenix originally wanted, we have to salute him on that, because the Heat, they kept their core players intact. They didn't give up Whiteside either. And now they have Goran Dragic. Most likely he's going to re-sign. So now they have a core of Goran Dragic, Bosh, and D-Wade for, say, the next 3 to 4 years. And I can't forget Hassan Whiteside, who's only 25 years old and is showing a lot of promise. the greatest discovery of the season. So this Heat team has given themselves a 4 to 5 year window to become real championship contenders. I think they're going to have to add a few more pieces, but Pat Riley and the Heat, they're back on the map. And after this season, they'll be back in the championship picture.